Blessings and welcome. Aloha and mahalo. My name is Dasha Love, and this is the Dasha Love Show. Woo, woo, woo. Today's the third show, and thank you so much for your patience. We apologize for the inconvenience on Wednesday. And today, I want to welcome a soulpreneur who is also my sister, whose name is Masha Kozmenko. She is beyond beautiful. She radiates from the inside out. Some may even say that she's got purple wings, which is true. She's finally stepped into her power, shifted her identity as an inspiring spiritual guide that is here to help us bridge from the metaphysical into the physical through meditation and movement. Everybody, give your hands, put your hands together, and welcome Masha to the show. Woo! Yes, yes, yes. The goddess has arrived. All hail to the queen. And she happens to be in the studio today. This goddess is here in presence, in real, in 3D, and she's going to share with all of us, including me, this beauty that's radiating from within. So welcome to the show.
Thank you. I'm so honored to be in the studio. It's a beautiful place, the studio. Lots of palm trees here and lighting, just fabulous. And the ocean not too far away. It's a beautiful studio.
Yes, yes, yes. And today we want to talk about the shift. And we want to talk about living by design, human design. And we just want to let this conversation go wherever it wants to go. But we want to make sure that we are totally unfiltered for all of you. So we want to hear from Masha. What was the biggest, breakthrough recently, because she just quit her corporate job on Monday or Valentine's Tuesday?
Monday.
On Monday. Woo!
It was Valentine's Day.
So tell us how you finally pulled the plug out of society's matrix.
Yeah. So I didn't realize that I was doing it on Valentine's Day, but I guess I was giving myself some extra self-love that day by deciding to quit. It was really scary because that consistent paycheck can be a very nice dangling carrot. However, I have realized that my purpose on this earth is much bigger than making money. This is the second time now that I've quit, and I think I'm going to stay committed to growing my soulpreneurship, because I feel like I'm making a difference in people's lives versus selling products and services that do not fulfill me.
Masha's finally starting to realize that money is just energy.
Yes.
Right? The money is just an exchange of value, and it's our time that is most precious, and how far we've come in life to be able to share this energy. So let us know what you've done in this life to be in a position where now you can help guide others, and how you arrived to the fact that helping guide others is something that makes you happy.
Well, first, I was lucky to be born into a very loving family with a lot of support and an amazing role model who is my sister, who was always a couple steps ahead of me to, show me the ropes and also fall down a couple times and get back up. So thanks to her, I realized that I don't have to fall so many times, although everybody takes their time, and we all have our own journey, and we decide how many times we want to keep failing and learning from the same mistakes, which I really enjoyed.
So let's go deep into those mistakes or learnings. Tell us what your relationship that you recently dated, whether it benefited you or not, and what your relationship was like while your relationship with your family members while you were dating your now ex-boyfriend.
Oh, we're going in that direction. Okay, cool.
She thought I was just gonna ask her questions about stepping into her power. Well, we're gonna talk about everything.
Yeah, when I started dating my ex, I was 26 years old, and so was he. My sister and I just came back from a trip around the world, actually, where we meditated quite a bit and practiced some yoga in India and all throughout other countries. And I came back just fully open, heart open. And this was a transition in my life where I was letting go of my party phase, which I really enjoyed throughout college and in my investment job, which I quit to go travel the world for. And I was still kind of like on that fence of like, oh, I still enjoy going out and drinking, but not so much because I prefer to meditate and do yoga and go on the spiritual enlightenment. So I met someone who was kind of on in that same boat. He also like meditated in the Himalayas for like 4 months, but he was also very much into partying and enjoying this world. And we started dating, fell in love, and we're dating for quite a while. There were a lot of ups and downs. There were some flags, like he wasn't a big fan of my sister, and he thought she was crazy and didn't support her endeavors. So I was kind of swayed in that opinion too. I thought, you know, coaching, that's a crazy thing. Like, who charges money for coaching? Who makes a living off coaching? And all of her other crazy ideas. So that being in a relationship with someone who's not a big fan of the sister swayed my opinions quite a bit as well. So I didn't really let her knowledge be bestowed upon me until I was really out of the relationship. That's when I really was like, holy moly, my sister did so much. Like, she's come so far. I am like blessed being here this whole week. It was like a mastermind, like a retreat mastermind. I'm like taking to another level. So I'm very, very grateful.
Oh, I love you. So how did you get the courage to walk away from a relationship that you felt did not serve you? Or did he walk away from you? This is unfiltered conversation, and who knows where it's headed, you know?
Well, he technically walked away from me, and I realized that, okay, well, if he wants to do that, then this is the last time, because we've split up a couple times already. And then he was like, why aren't you fighting for this, as he was walking away. And I was like, well, like, if you don't want this, then like then that's okay. Like, then you're not meant for me. And I realized that I had some abandonment issues, and I had the anxious attachment style, which I thought I fully healed, but obviously it takes a long time to heal. So that anxious attachment style, I realized, was kind of tapering off because I was able to let go of something that was no longer serving me.
Nice.
Not hold on so tightly.
So it took him walking away for you to start shining brighter in your own light.
Yeah. And you know what I was thinking? I was like, I can't wait for my job to fire me, because I was like, I can't just walk away from it. I was like waiting for my job to fire me for not performing in sales. And then I was like, no, I can't do this anymore. Like, I'm not meant for this anymore. So I took that courage and walked away from the job.
So there was a little voice inside of my sister that kept saying, I don't want to be here. I don't want to be at this job. Like the little kid on the inside. But then the grown adult Masha was like, you've got to be responsible. You have a paycheck every week. You may not leave. You have a salary over $100,000 a year, 115 or something. That is a lot of money for most people. Are you crazy?
Crazy.
Who is going to pay you for giving them advice? Well, and then somebody did. And then a lot more people are now inquiring and are like, I want to work with you, my lady.
Yeah.
And now she realizes because we've been going deep down the path of, what's this?
The human design.
The human design, which if a lot of you don't know, but it uses the point in time where you were put on this earth, where you're chosen to be incarnated into a physical body. Physical body, it chooses the location, the time, and the city that you chose to come to this earth to tell you so many beautiful things about yourself so you can live with ease and grace. So now we figured out that we are projectors. And what does that mean?
We are here to guide people, to help you see yourself in your truest, highest, most potential, most powerful self.
There are 4 different body types, and the projectors are 20% of the population. And this is why we are so needed. And now she feels it too, because she's starting to work with clients and she's getting back to back to back clients. And she's trying to figure out how to help them, and it's fueling her passion. And today we were eating, celebrating her birthday. Everybody say happy birthday on March 1st. What's your name on Facebook or Instagram?
Mindful Masha.
Mindful Masha. On March 1st, say happy birthday to this beautiful queen. Woo! Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you.
Cheersing.
Happy birthday, Sister Masha. Happy birthday to you. Woo! Woo! Cheers to you.
Thank you.
Cheers to
Thank
you. You're welcome. And I love my sister so much. I want to tell you guys a story. When we were little girls, I had I took a lot of things personally from my mother. And my sister was always the one that would run away with me. She always made me feel like I wasn't alone. And this is the way it was throughout our years growing up. And she was actually one of the first people that believed in me when I started my coaching journey, helping people, creating courses, and started sending people my way, which made me act faster and finish my courses until they were selling out, because she was sending me all these people. I was like, woo! So she saw my potential, my essence, and she was already coaching me without even knowing she was. So now recently we've realized that people only actually do what they say that they're gonna do if what?
You put some skin in the game.
They put some skin in the game. What does that mean?
Energetic exchange.
What does that mean?
Pay you.
So do coaches make money?
Yes.
Do coaches make good money?
Yes.
Is there something you want to say?
No, I mean, it's great. I didn't know how fulfilling it could be to help others feel more fulfilled in their life and be able to live off of that and live well off of that.
So
feels really good.
yes, because there's nothing more beautiful than, first of all, finding something that you enjoy doing, which is helping people on some level, and then doing it day in and day out for your soul tribe, for the people that come, that are resonating, that are already inside your circle, or maybe you just met that you can be of service to, right?
Mm-hmm.
So tell us about your leap of faith into more abundance, which means having higher paying clients. Tell us about some tips and tricks, people out there watching who are coaches, teachers, who want to make money, better money, more money with clients. What are some tips and tricks you want to tell them?
Like my breakthrough, like how that happened for me.
If that's what you want to share.
Yeah, okay. Sweet. So I learned how, well, first of all, I really enjoy teaching meditation and yoga. And I've been trying to be a yoga and meditation teacher for the past 5 or 6 years, ever since I really honed in on it, and that felt like my passion. And it was really difficult to charge for the yoga and meditation classes, especially meditation, which I'm really passionate about, because going to Vipassana and all these different retreats, they always say, you know, meditation should be given out for free or donation based. And I tried that model for quite a bit. And I obviously had to get another job. And because meditation is donation based, which is what everyone across the world know it, I think it's less accessible, because the meditation teachers that do get the donations are the ones that are able to survive off of that. And most people who are really, really into meditation just go and meditate in ashrams and meditation centers and kind of live in a different plane. And I want to make it accessible, but also want to live in this earth and in this reality at the moment. And I realized that coaching and mentorship and being able to charge people for my services was going to lead the way. So at first I hired my sister when she was first starting out.
A few years ago, yeah, for a couple $1,000s, yep.
$2,500. And I tried slowly but surely. And then I hired another coach, Butterfly School. And then I was kind of getting the hang of it. And then I hired my sister just less than a month ago. And that's when everything started shifting. Well, I also went to Joe Dispenza's retreat in December and was pumping my energy up the pineal gland. And it was like bursting. It was bursting open. Then I hired my sister. Then I felt rejected by a man, and I took that energy that was like the sexual energy, and I used through dance, through movements, through breath work. I pumped it up, and it kept exploding. Like my brain kept exploding. And then I did some psychedelics, and that really, I could feel the abundance. Like I am abundance frequency, I am love. And it just started clicking. Everything started clicking, just clicking. I keep going, but
so the moment she decided to make that shift, really mentally, physically, everything started coming at her like one supernova, like an event here, this, so she can be in alignment and really trust fully in her invincible magical self, and the fact that she deserves it and she's worthy to be paid for this energy that she's been giving out for so many years for free and for donation based. So my sister, a yoga meditation instructor that is finally stepping into her power, not just being a yogi that is asking for donations, but rather created an offering that is much bigger than that, to help people transform their lives on a much bigger scale. So we created this Grand Slam offer. Do you remember what it is?
6-month rebirth.
So
6-month rebirth program to transform the metaphysical into the physical through meditation and movement.
Woo! So everyone who's watching out there and is ready to go on a journey, 6-month journey, adventure, rebirth with my beautiful sister, Masha Kozmenko. And this rebirth happens through meditation and movement. Because why is meditation important?
Everything starts in the mind. Everything starts in the mind. If your thoughts here are not aligned with what you want, with your desires, if you're constantly thinking about negative things, then you're going to create disharmony in your body. You're going to be sad. You're going to have emotions that are not serving you. So when you can really harness the stillness and the quietness and realize what kind of thoughts are entering the mind, you can quiet them down.
Quiet them down.
And enter into the unknown. And from the unknown, you're open to infinite possibilities, to whatever the universe has in store for you. Because when you're constantly operating from the mind, from the past, always thinking on the past, what do you think you're going to create?
More of the past, the same situations.
Correct.
More energies that don't align because they don't feel good. More negative thoughts and more negative circumstances and more negative people. Oh.
And that's why you probably are attracting the same relationships that you are used to attracting. That's why you're probably attracting the same bosses or the same type of jobs. That's probably why bad things happen to you, like a car crash or an injury, and you blame it on something that is outside of you, but really everything is created from inside of you. And when you start to tap into this, then you start to realize this is all around you. Is your creation.
Nice. So tell us now that you've left your old relationship creation, how are you going to create a new relationship?
Well, I feel like I've already stepped into my power and honed in, so I will attract that same type of man. Someone who is also in their power, who loves themselves.
And for all those of you out there that are like wait, no, that's
Is this a dating show? Are you trying to set me up?
For all those of you that like long walks on the beach and runs and collecting garbage and want to clean the ocean, this angel is single. Her number is beep 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 beep.
I did not sign up for this.
But it's okay. She will date somebody from another country. That's okay too, as long as they're a good match. You guys can meet somewhere in the middle. She likes to travel.
I love to travel.
But besides that, let's go back to family. Let's talk about family, because some people may be watching this and saying, oh my God, your sister charged you for services? Huh? She didn't give it to you for free? Hey, girl, that ain't right. Family take care of each other. They don't charge each other. They be doing things for free all the time because that's what you gotta do. So tell people out there why free don't work, even when you're in a family.
Well, I recently heard something that my sister said. What was that name? Is the ClickFunnels guy?
Oh yeah, Russell Brunson.
Yeah,
is our mentor.
He said that he's like successfully helped like millions of people create millions, and he's always like handing out his course, or he was handing out his course for free to his best friends, and then he realized that they were not achieving or accomplishing anything, and they were making $0 and
zero effort
because it was just handed to them. So that's one of his lessons. Like, if you want to get someone to actually leap, then you have to get them to give. And then when you give, your hand opens up, and then you're able to receive.
So for all those out there who have a business and their family wants to step into a similar type of business, you have got to charge, because a family member is just it's another soul who chosen to play this game of life. And when we do a disservice to our friends, our family, by not charging, we don't help them step into their own power. Just like Russell Brunson said, he had people pay him $50,000 for his mastermind, and his friends would come for free. How many of those friends actually did the work? It was handed to them. Gold was given to them. But because they didn't put any skin in the game, they didn't give anything, they didn't value it, so they didn't implement it, and they were not able to receive all the abundance, to receive all the codes which he was handing to them. So it's just like it doesn't matter if it's family, it doesn't matter if it's friends, it doesn't matter if it's a best friend. We have got to help each other step into the best version of ourselves. And how do we do that? We hold everybody to a higher standard. We charge them. We take it seriously. And the moment my sister was like, oh, are you serious? And I'm like, yeah, it's either I go work with another client and help her step into her power so she can get 10K plus clients, and you go get some other coach, or we work together. Either I go get another Joe Schmo and she gets another idiot, or we just do it together.
We love all coaches.
Yeah, I mean everything is valuable, but at the end of the day, we've got to treat each other the same way we would treat everybody else, and that is with respect, helping each other's growth. And it's brought us closer. And the moment she was like, okay, and she hired me, I mean, I created a 10 or 13 page script, the $1 million sales script, and I made it so organized just because I had to show up for her.
It was magical. She really was on top of me, making sure that I was doing my work.
Amazing, amazing. So everybody out there, we want to inspire you and tell you how amazing working with family is. Helping each other grow.
It's really fun.
Yeah. And we weren't always like this, you know, growing up. I mean, I remember some memories from high school where I think my sister hated it that everybody called her Dasha's little sister. But then everything, you know, changed throughout the years. We became best friends. We had the same awakening moment when our mom was diagnosed with cancer, and then we had to work together and we had to start figuring out what it is. And we woke up to the power of the mind, you know, in 2014. And ever since then, we've both been on a journey of figuring out how to live the best possible life from the heart.
Always find a peace within.
Peace within. And one of our catalysts to this peace was traveling, wasn't it?
Yes.
So tell us what you like to travel.
Yeah, traveling opens up your mind. It just makes you realize that we're all one. No matter what country you go to, no matter where you are in the world, when you see other people, even if you can't understand them, you can see into their souls, you can see their smiles, their eyes, and you realize that there's no separation. No separation. Also, when you're traveling, you're out of your routine and your day-to-day life and your worries and your stress. You can really just be present. I think that's one of my favorite things. And obviously trying different foods and sleeping in hostels and meeting just so many people. But you realize that we're all one, that we're all connected, that we're all here on this planet together.
My sister is such an angel. When we went to India, when she took me on a trip after our mom passed away in 2015, she brought toothbrushes and toothpaste for all the little kids in India. And that was the sweetest thing ever. And if that doesn't make her an angel, an earth angel walking here, present with us right now, having this conversation, then I don't know what does.
Thank you, sister. My sister feeds the homeless, so she's also an angel.
I'm just now recognizing that giving is true living, because giving, oh God, it makes you feel so good. And it doesn't matter how much or what you're giving, even a hug or a smile to somebody on the street. Oh, I have a story to tell about a smile. When we were in Russia, my sister and I, on that same trip, I think the trip we went, 2016, and we were in Russia and we were getting a ride because we were hitchhiking from
Moscow
to St. Petersburg. They were the two people that were in the car with us were complete energy vampires. And by the time we were done with that ride, like I could barely stand. We got out with our backpacks and I was just like, oh my God, I would have fallen over. Like that's like 10 hours ride with two energy vampires. Really literally sucked the life out of us. And then we're walking down the street toward the hostel. And my sister's walking ahead of me with her big ass backpack that weigh way more than she does. And I'm walking behind her. And I see this guy walking to my on my left. And he had no arms. And he gave me the biggest smile that my entire body lit up with life. And in that moment, all of the feelings that I had in the car, all that drainage was gone. In one split second, this guy that had no arms, that gave me a smile, is feeling, that entire feeling of vampires disappeared. Then I walk up to my sister and I go, Mash, that guy right there, you remember this part of the story, Mash, that guy right there, he had no arms and he just gave me the biggest smile and he just shifted everything inside of me. I want to go thank him. And then she goes,
I smiled at him first.
I smiled at him first. So what happened is she was walking ahead of me. She smiled at him, so she gave him that energy. And as a ripple effect, he transmuted the energy to me. I mean, if that's not the miracle of living and the power of a smile and how energy is contagious and it keeps getting passed along from one person to another, when you do good, even if it's just a smile, then I don't know what a miracle is. But that's the true miracle. True presence. And the fact is, that is the way my sister always makes me feel. Anytime I'm around her, the amount of giving, the amount of time she spends cleaning the house, because acts of service is her main love language. The amount of love that I feel every time she's on every conversation with a friend or a client is just overflowing. And if that doesn't make the perfect guide to help lead us to peace, love, and harmony, then I don't know what does.
And on that note, when it comes to meditation and when you do the inner self work, when you are at peace, then it's a ripple effect as well to all the people around you. If you can find the peace and transmute any anger or fear or criticism or judgment or all these emotions that are low energy emotions that are like, you know, the 3D world that we can really rise up together from, and you're transmuting them inside and alchemizing them and shifting them and releasing them by feeling them first, you are welcome to feel them. Please feel them. But if you're not taking them out on others, like if you're not taking out that anger that you don't need to take out on someone innocent, like a child, then you are changing this world. If we all do that together, like war and all of these things that are destroying us are going to be eliminated.
So how do we take out our anger? If it's not on another person, how can we release that energy? I got an idea, but I'll wait. You're the host. You're the guest. You're the host. I don't know. Who's the host? Who's the guest? How do you let go of negative energy and anger?
For me, like running really helps, like running on the beach or on the earth. And like, if I'm feeling really angry, I just like sprint as fast as I can. And I can feel it like rising up and like releasing out through my pores, like through the sweat. I know you have better ideas.
I got some ideas. May I go next?
Yeah.
I was a really angry person growing up. very angry. And she knows because she's watched me slam doors. She's watched me get so freaking mad, yelling on top of my lungs.
You'd come to my face and like start screaming like so.
See, that's how much anger I had. And I didn't even remember it until this moment she mentioned it. I'm like, oh, we're on air. Jesus, everybody knows now. I did not remember coming up to your face. What a disgrace. Oh my God, this life is really a freaking race. Yeah, I do remember some moments. And now that I've transformed my life, I use the following. Please try this in a responsible manner.
Please try this at home. Yes.
I take a pillow like this. Give me a pillow. I'll demonstrate. I take a pillow and I scream into the pillow as loud as I can until the anger, the energy of that anger loses its power. I'll demonstrate for you. Hold on, let me take off the lipstick. So there's no lipstick on this white pillow because I think it's not a cover. It's like, you know. Ready? Let's say I'm really freaking angry because he cheated on me or some shit like that. I'm so angry.
Let it out. Let it out. Keep going. Yes. You got this. Keep going. Let it out. One more time. Woo!
Well, that feels pretty good.
Huh?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. And you can even go to like the top of a mountain and scream. I mean, you can jump into a pool and just go and scream and float, or the ocean. The energy wants an outlet. This energy that's the collective that's stuck in there, it needs an outlet to get out. So some people run, some people scream, some people sing. I love to sing. Some people write, some people go in the ocean, some people obviously project onto others. And that's the wrong way to be. Tell them, Masha.
Projecting onto others. Yeah, we don't want to do that anymore. That's the past. That's the old age. We are coming into a new age and it's time to rise up. And I think since you're probably listening to this and you're on the show and you're still here, you are also on this journey of raising your consciousness and raising your energy and raising your frequency. And anger is a low frequency. And you don't want to keep passing that low frequency and giving it power. But you know, no energy is created or destroyed, so you want to transmute it, which is why when you're angry and you're like holding it inside and like keeping it inside, it's gonna stay inside and might even like lock up in one of your in one of your organs. The liver really likes to hold on to that anger, and that will weaken your organs. So the faster you can recognize that you're feeling angry, and the faster that you can do something about it, release it in a healthy way, maybe even afterwards journal about it so you can really fully write it down, see it, really observe it, the faster you can raise that frequency, raise that energy, raise the collective, raise that oneness, because we're all one, really. And everyone feels angry. And it's totally normal. You're completely fine to feel angry. Things might tick you off and trigger you because, yeah, we're human.
So for all the people out there, we'll switch back to relationships. For all the people out there that are stuck in relationships that they intuitively know that don't actually serve them, since you are now rise up, will you give us some words of inspiration and wisdom for all the people that are on the fence, that are too scared to be alone, for all the people that know that there's more for them, but they just stay out of comfort and so-called love?
I'm no master in this.
I'm just putting you on a spot because it's hot like that.
Yeah. When you realize that someone is holding you back from living into your fullest potential, into your fullest, most powerful creation that you can be on this earth in this lifetime. Oh man. And you're in love, that's really hard. I know, I've been there.
At the end of the day, it all comes down to realizing what love really means. And that love has nothing to do with another person and everything to do with ourselves. It's the way home to expressing fully, to learning how to recognize all our emotions, to recognize that every relationship we had in the past was not wrong. It was exactly what we needed so we can see a reflection of ourselves. Now, I know sometimes it's more difficult to transform within a relationship.
It's possible.
It's possible,
if
yeah.
both people want to grow and do the work. But if someone is not choosing to grow, then they're holding you back from what you can be and feel and experience. And you only get one lifetime in this lifetime. So
You only get this one physical body. Have so much freaking fun with it. Woo! Don't be scared. Fear is false evidence appearing real. And how I like to say, fear is faith ends all resistance. TM, Dasha Love.
another thing about fear is what I've learned from all the wise teachers that have come my way, is that fear is when you're not trusting in God and you're not trusting in the divine. And what is God? God is you and part of you. So when you're letting fear rule you, you're not being with God. You're not in communion with God. So the quicker you can release the fear and step into the unknown, then and trust and have faith and come back to love, the quicker you are back with the divine, with the communion and the divine.
The divine, the deliciousness of all there is, that it really wants to play with us. But it's putting all of these perceived obstacles along the way because we forgot how perfect and beautiful we are and how we are connected to all things when we were born. So our job in this lifetime is to come back. It's not about becoming someone, but rather unlearning everything that we have learned, taking off all the masks, all the layers of society, the programming of our parents, the ancestors, all of the limitations, to return back to the perfection of all there is. The love, the being, the connection, and total presence in every conversation, seeing the child inside the adult that's doing their best, not giving our opinion, because our opinion is only representative to who? To ourselves. And our opinion really doesn't help anybody in the process of their personal growth. Because everybody only wants somebody that would hold space for them to realize themselves, that would let them just express however they feel like, and to just be present for that. Everybody just wants presence. Presence is unconditional love. And that is what my sister taught me. When she began guiding her meditations after our mom passed away, it was the most beautiful thing ever. And now, almost 7, 8 years later, she's fully stepping into her power. as a leader for all others who haven't been able to, including our ancestors, all those who couldn't speak up, all those who didn't create a business and a lifestyle that they love because they were living in society's expectations and norms and literally till death do us part. She's here showing us the way how to trust the divine. And she's glowing. Can you see that, everybody? She's glowing. She's glowing. She's glowing.
It's that Florida sun. We went to the sun today. It was wonderful.
We did. We went to the beach. And I just want to give a shout out to all of the siblings out there, to all of the sisters and brothers that may not be even communicating with each other right now through this feeling that we're transmuting through this show for everybody around the world. Roku TV, Jess FM, our live on Facebook, our Instagrams. We just want to say, we love you. And then no matter what you're going through, it's going to be okay. And that even if your siblings or your parents don't talk to you, it's still okay. You're okay. You are loved. And may this sister love right now be felt by you and fulfill you in a way that your siblings or your parents would fulfill you if they were hugging you right now.
Forgive.
Forgive each other.
They're only doing their best. They were only doing their best. Just forgive.
Just forgive.
Just forgive.
Forgive your parents. They did their best. They did acts of service as their love language when we were little. And all we wanted to do was be held. We wanted to be told that everything is going to be okay. But they didn't know how to do that. They weren't conscious. Our parents, our siblings are just kids in grown-up bodies. So if you visualize that, if you visualize somebody who you may have had a hard time with or pissed you off, just visualize them from that size to like a itsy bitsy child. And look at them the way you would look at a child. You wouldn't judge a child if they're running around in the puddles outside. You wouldn't call the child names. You would just think the child is enjoying him or herself for being silly in the rain. But yeah, we adults are supposed to behave a certain way because society says, look, you have a big body and big hands and big head. So there's a certain way you gotta be talking and walking.
My sister really embodies her child self really, really well.
Because I know that this is all I have. I have to play all day. Life is fun. We're meant to run around in puddles in the rain because no one else can feel the rain but us. We're meant to create music. We're meant to create businesses and money out of thin air, just exchanging value. We're meant to give to people that are less fortunate if we are more fortunate, to create balance in life. Equality. We're meant to treat each other equal, the same way we would treat ourselves. We're meant to share our food. We're meant to share our water. There's a bigger reason why we're all here. And this is what this show is about. I want to show you how beautiful soulpreneurs like my sister are stepping into their power, creating a better world, because she is living in her design, according to the human design, in her truth as a guide, helping others awaken to this love. And what happens when others wake up and they realize how truly amazing and loved they are? Cause a ripple effect. Because then they continue the cycle. And this is how we wake everybody up. Woo! Woo! By living in our purpose and supporting each other, having a higher vision for each other, charging each other, helping each other step into the best version of ourselves, not giving up on each other. When one of us rises up, we rise them all.
We rise together.
We rise together. We float up. We float up. So I want us all, for the last few minutes that we are here, to just really reflect on the reason why we're all here. Why we've all chosen right now in this moment to watch this. Why we are sitting here together having a real conversation that is unfiltered. Why you chose to be a vibrational match right now with this conversation. There's a shift happening in your body right now. There's something that's coming into you, this feeling, this vibration that is more powerful than you know. There's love that is greater than any love you've ever experienced before. And this love is not conditioned upon you doing anything, but simply being. And all that you are is good enough. And you don't need to do or be anything for anybody. The only person you can ever impress is you. And you're only in competition with yourself. So that tomorrow you are a little bit better than the person you were yesterday. And we gotta praise each other when we have wins, when our friends have victories. We have gotta stand up and cheer for them. When we see people that are really successful, we've gotta say, wow, congratulations, you're doing great. Not compete, but work together. Not try to crush each other down, but rather say, you're doing great and so am I. How can I help? So all of us should raise our hands together. Come on, let's raise our hands. And let's just welcome in this love. And high five, everybody. We have lots of people tuning in. Thank you so much for being here. We hope that you could feel this resonance, this frequency of love, of sister bonding. And if you would like to get in touch with this beautiful soul, how can they get in touch with you?
It's secret.
Huh?
It's secret.
It's a secret. She doesn't want to tell you. Okay, how are all these people going to flood through your gates of coaching, of guide, mentorship?
Well, you can find me on yogisforpeace.org, our nonprofit organization where we're creating yoga events and raising our awareness and consciousness and raising funds for nonprofits. And I'm also mindful.masha on Instagram.
Woo! And that is my beautiful sister. Everybody give it up. Give it up. Give it up for Mindful Masha. Woo, 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 woo. Thank you all so much. And I just want to remind everybody that every Wednesday at 10 p.m. Eastern time is when I interview beautiful, amazing soulpreneurs who've stepped into their power, realized their calling, showing up fully, who've shifted their identity to embody the best version of themselves, who are showing up day in and day out, regardless of what other people say, who are creating events to make this world a better place, inventing to make this world a better place, having agencies to make this world a place, singing, breath work. I mean, whatever it is that is your gift, somebody out there needs you. And if you don't show up, then they'll never discover the missing piece of the puzzle, that missing piece that they all need. So when you're showing up fully in whatever gift it is that you want to give to the world that makes you feel good, even if you may think that this is ordinary, people will not pay for it. That's a bunch of bull. Because a lot of people out there pay for all kinds of stuff. And when you become the expert at something because you've liked it and you've been doing it for a while, and now you're showing up and you're telling people that you've been helping people for a long time in that one thing, then more and more people will come your way. And then you'll start creating things like courses, like I have done, courses and books and music to be able to serve at a higher level. So today, I want to thank everybody for being here. And I will see you all next week on Wednesday at 10 p.m. DashaLoveShow.com is where you can sign up. We are here on Jess FM and on Roku TV. I just want to thank everybody from our hearts and tell you that you're amazing.
You're amazing.
You're amazing.
You're amazing.
You're amazing. You're amazing. You're
You're
beautiful.
amazing.
Don't care about what other people think. Remember in your heart that the same God, the same source, one consciousness that's communicating through you is also communicating through each and every person in the universe and beyond. So we're not here to teach. We're here to love.
And love will teach you the way.
And love will teach you the way.
Come back to love.
Come back to love. Let's say it again.
We're not here to teach.
We're here to love. And love will teach you the way. Come back to love. Come back to love. Thank you.